Planned Parenthood of Kentucky. We're here. With health centers in Louisville and Lexington, Planned Parenthood of Kentucky provides reproductive health services and education to more than 17,000 women, men, and teens every year.
Planned Parenthood is many things to many people. A trusted healthcare provider, an informed educator, and a passionate advocate for reproductive justice.
At Planned Parenthood, we treat healthcare as a basic human right.
One of the things I love about Planned Parenthood, it's such a welcoming place for all of those in the community, whether you be Hispanic, African American, gay, or lesbian.
Especially women that are of a lower income status tend to choose other things in their households before they choose taking care of themselves. So it's paying bills or making sure their children have food, making sure their children are taken care of. I think that oftentimes their personal well-woman care falls by the wayside. So I think when they have the opportunity to come somewhere where it's clean and they're getting good services and treated well, and they can do it at a cost that fits in their budget, I think it's extremely empowering.
Planned Parenthood has been empowering Kentucky women and families by offering life-changing reproductive health services for more than 75 years. When Irma Rosenstein began volunteering for Planned Parenthood in the late 1950s, services in Lexington were provided out of the basement of Good Samaritan Hospital.
Many of the women we saw who were, from my perspective, very young. They had 8 children. They were not in very good health. They had no idea that you could plan your family. Many of these women had to almost sneak out of their houses because the men really wanted to keep the women pregnant. And it was rather a primitive society. It certainly makes me feel as though I'm at least 190, but I'm not quite that.
Today, Planned Parenthood provides a broad array of reproductive health services, including cervical cancer screening, breast exams, pregnancy testing and options counseling, birth control, and testing and treatment for sexually transmitted infections. These services are increasingly vital as Kentucky faces alarming rates of poor reproductive health. In fact, our state has the 7th highest rate of cervical cancer in the nation and the 8th highest rate of teen birth.
You know, people come in here scared, confused, misinformed, and I mean, there's been a number of patients that have come in that haven't had a pap smear done in years just because they, either they didn't have insurance or they didn't know they were supposed to have a pap smear done. It feels good every time for them just to leave out and you can just see this big wave of relief come off their shoulders.
When Kristen discovered she was pregnant, without health insurance or a stable income, she didn't know where to turn. After reaching out for help, she felt judged and unsuccessful in her attempts to get information about the options available to her. Then she found Planned Parenthood. At Planned Parenthood of Kentucky, she was able to access the medically accurate and non-judgmental care she needed to make the right decision for her.
It just felt really different to me, especially that my boyfriend was allowed to go back there with me, which was a big comfort for me. And that the person that I spoke with was really, really great. Like, she didn't seem to have any opinion on what I should do. Like, she didn't seem to have any inclination towards one or the other. She just gave me both sets of information. She answered all of my questions. And so they knew I didn't have health insurance, so they told me how to get a medical card. They gave me a list of doctor's offices in Lexington that accepted medical cards. Told me about WIC, which I'd never heard of before. And I remember leaving there, still not sure what I wanted to do, but a lot more comfortable and a lot more like I knew what my options were and I kind of could figure out how they would play out.
Planned Parenthood of Kentucky provides more than just medical services. We're here because everyone has questions, and there are no questions too embarrassing to ask.
I would say that a lot of parents today are just scared to talk to their teens about sex, and they want to ignore the fact that they are sexually active and are having sex. So as a result of that, teens have to rely on other teenagers for the information they learn, and often it is misleading and incorrect because we are not formally educated on comprehensive sex education in the school systems. And so it's like, where do we turn for education if we don't get it from our parents or the school system? We just don't get it.
The Teen Reach Peer Education Program equips high school students with the tools and knowledge to educate their peers about healthy relationships, safer sex, and reproductive health. In 2010, Teen Reach provided life-changing information to more than 3,000 teens and family members across the Commonwealth.
With me, I live in a single-parent home, and I live with my mother, so I feel like if I can go somewhere where I can get factual information about what's going on with me and what's going on with my body, it's better than me trying to go out into the streets asking other males like my cousins and my uncles about sex when they themselves might not be 100% sure. So
it's about trusting teens and giving them the information they need to protect themselves, not just tomorrow, but for the rest of their lives.
These programs are supported entirely through grants and donations and are critical to providing the community with much-needed information about sex, reproductive health, and access to quality, affordable, non-judgmental care. At some point in their lives, 1 in 5 American women will visit a Planned Parenthood health center. Now more than ever, when reproductive health care in general, and Planned Parenthood in particular, are under relentless attack, these women, and the women, men, and teens of Kentucky, need your support.
To say that Planned Parenthood has changed my life is an understatement. I was elected to the National Planned Parenthood Young Leaders Advisory Council, and that kind of inspired me to really kick into action and do exactly what I wanted to do, which was, graduate with a 4.0 and go to Harvard. And so I am going to Harvard in about 3 weeks, and I hope to take Planned Parenthood, my work at Planned Parenthood, to another level on campus.
I love being able to talk to my friends and family about the things I do with Planned Parenthood. I like to be able to give them information that they might be confused on or might not know.
I often wonder if I would have just had an abortion just out of fear of, raising a baby and not knowing how to go through with the pregnancy. But I am thankful every day that I have my daughter, and I'm thankful that resources were available to me from Planned Parenthood to tell me how to do that.
When I started coming here, it was in the 70s. But I still occasionally have a question or I need to have verification of an issue, and I can get that. I feel like young women need to have that and deserve that. And our community would be at a loss without Planned Parenthood.
The support from our donors is the way that we keep programs like this running. It's the way we keep vital information going into the community, and it's the way we keep making progress and we keep moving forward.
Won't you please continue to help? Volunteer your time, send your donations, partner with us.
Planned Parenthood of Kentucky, we are here.
We're here.
We're here.
We're here.
We're here.
We're here. Planned Parenthood.
We're here. Yesterday, today, always.
We've come a long way, baby.